the CGI sure had us fooled.
Just wait here.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for another top 10 visual effects you thought were real.
See?
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at even more moments of visual wizardry that made us believe the magic. Not all these examples of CGI are necessarily top-notch, but through careful editing and angles, they nonetheless manage to fool the average viewer. If you didn't see an effect you thought should be here, be sure to check out our first video of the top 10 visual effects you thought were real. Number 10. Rats, The Departed.
I got this rat, this annoying, key-eating rat.
Given the metaphorical rats playing both sides of the law in this crime drama, most viewers thought the actual on-screen rat was genuine. Showing up right at the end of the film, our furry little friend runs across a windowsill. Amazingly lifelike in both the way it scurries and sniffs around, the look is uncanny.
Look, there is a rat in your unit, that is a fact, alright?
However, despite its realistic appearance, the rat is actually digital. While it's not clear whether the rat is a composite or completely CGI, the effect is the same. Cleverly symbolizing the rats of the film over a gold backdrop, the shot is undeniably one of the film's best.
It's a nation of rats.
Number 9. Kryptonian Suits, Man of Steel.
I warned you. Harvesting the core was suicide.
Making these stylish Kryptonian suits fit Zack Snyder's brand of high-octane action was no small feat, but with a little CGI magic, they pulled it off. In the opening scenes on Krypton, most of the intricately detailed costumes were real, but as Zod actor Michael Shannon explained, these suits, which were made of a latex foam mix, were far too clunky for excessive movement.
This council has been disbanded.
To allow for the best possible performances, the Kryptonians were primarily filmed in mocap suits, so that their outfits could be digitally added in post-production. The same goes for Henry Cavill. And yet, despite the abundance of CGI, few could fault the look of these costumes.
Nice suit, son.
Number 8. Lexs Face, Jurassic Park. In this classic sci-fi adventure thriller, a slip-up by a stunt double resulted in the need for a digital touch-up. Can you spot where? Few viewers can. In this harrowing scene, one of our young heroes, Lex, nearly falls victim to a raptor's gnashing teeth when she stumbles from a ventilation system. Of course, for the actual fall, actress Ariana Richards was replaced by a stunt double, who accidentally looked up while swinging from the vent's edge. Though this could have required costly reshoots, the VFX team was able to save it with an early digital face swap. Flashing by quickly, it's a minimal visual effect, but one that does the job.
Get moved!
Number 7. Digital Tears, Blood Diamond.
Thought I'd never call, huh?
In their heartbreaking final conversation, Maddie and Danny share a touching goodbye, which causes the former to shed a single tear. The drop of liquid wasn't Jennifer Connelly's creation though, nor was it an old Hollywood staple, glycerin. The tear was something that director Ed Zwick decided to try out after the fact, so he digitally added it in post-production. His choice to keep it, however, stirred up a bit of controversy, as it caused many to question the appropriateness of using effects to alter the emotion of a performance. Dirty trick or not, it undeniably added something to the scene, even if we as viewers didn't know it.
Yeah, I'm really happy I met you too.
Number 6. Erasing the Scaffolding, American Hustle.
I got your number and what you're looking for.
Few would have thought it from the look of this film, but David O. Russell's American Hustle actually featured extensive VFX work. Though it's a thoroughly grounded story, this period piece required roughly 600 visual effects in order to bring the 1970s to life. The filmmaker is notorious for his attention to detail, and in this case, that meant carefully erasing details from the modern backdrops. To turn back the clock, scaffolding was removed from the famed Plaza Hotel in New York. The city skyline was adjusted and contemporary cars were edited out. Christian Bale's 60 extra pounds of flap, however, that was the real deal.
Who starts a song like that?
Number 4. Camcorder Shots, Nightcrawler.
What are you after?
A camcorder and a police scanner.
Director Dan Gilroy forces you in to lose twisted perspective by presenting the action in this thriller through a camera's monitor. Though he initially planned on shooting the action from multiple angles, the team quickly realized that viewfinders of the on-screen cameras made for a more unique presentation. Marrying handheld footage with more advanced cameras, the crew shot from Lou's point of view and, after selecting the best footage, had it digitally put onto the camcorder screens.
No matter what, keep shooting.
Thanks to some extensive degrading, the footage genuinely looked like it was shot on the same camera. More than just visually dynamic, this little trick made viewers feel complicit in Lou's sordid tale. Number 3. Almost Everything, The Martian. Even though Ridley Scott didn't actually go to Mars for this interstellar feature, he decided to avoid most of Earth as well. While handfuls of shots were grabbed for reference from deserts in Jordan, the majority of the visuals were added in post. So they could guarantee a controlled environment, most of the film was shot on a soundstage, with a massive green screen for the backgrounds. The astronauts' visors proved to be the biggest issue, since they reflected the crew and the equipment. So in some cases, they were replaced entirely with CGI visors and more Mars-appropriate reflections. With the detailed sets and the overall polish of the finished movie, they managed an interstellar illusion.
Mark Watney, space pirate.
Number 2, Leslie Mann naked. The Change-Up. Proving that even the human body isn't safe from touch-ups, Leslie Mann had her body updated for the sake of comedy. Even though Mann has appeared topless in previous films, the actress's nude shots on the screen were, quote, enhanced with CGI. While her co-star Olivia Wilde was given CGI nipples for modesty, Mann's breasts were actually enlarged to emphasize that she was nursing. Contrasting the slow-motion glory shots with Mann's digestive troubles, the excessive nudity made it all the more funny.
I need to cool it on the Thai food.
Mann kept the joke going even after filming, even telling reporters that growing her breasts was one of her strange talents.
But some people can do that, and I can. It's a strange talent I have.
Before we get to our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
That wasn't so bad.
That was penicillin.
I took a detour through your defense lab.
Number 1, Lieutenant Dan's missing legs. Forrest Gump.
Would you like to see what Lieutenant Dan looks like?
Lieutenant Dan's painful transformation was a truly visceral one for viewers, and in 1994, audiences had no idea how they made his injuries look so real. The effects team covered Gary Sinise's legs with long blue socks so that they could edit them out of every shot. Since Sinise's legs took up real space, holes were left in sets to be digitally covered later. Lieutenant Dan's stumps swung uninterrupted thanks to the clever design, whether off the boat or off the bed. By digitally adding a table in front of his legs in his apartment, they brought the audience even further into the illusion and created some truly seamless on-screen magic, all through the combination of practical and digital effects.
So then the legs are painted out, and it just takes a little bit more away from the artificial quality of it.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.